Left center field. Go! Is he going to say check that?
Castellanos with his bat. He's hand delivering it. Here you go. Check it out.
Now remember, a few games ago we talked about Castellanos was using the bat where on the end of the bat.
20 to have the crew chief mic'd up so that he could talk not only to people who are in the ballpark but also watching on television, and of course COVID changed all of that. In as much as there's a judgment call.
Now Castellanos gave that bat to a fan after hitting the grand slam, then had to get it back out of the stands to present it to the umpires, who are now talking to.
That's gone. And the Yankees want the bat. Look at Martin.
Well, what they're talking about, Frank, is that he's got too much pine tar, and now the umpires are going to walk away.
Now they're going to measure it across home plate.
Well, they might be going to call George Brett out.
Well, the Yankees win it. He's out.
Yes, sir.
Looking at the pine tar on the bat and saying, hey, you might want to clean that.
Movement. There's no sinkers. You don't see sinkers at the letters. You don't see sinkers at the belt.
You see what happened there? The Brewers checked Ozuna's bat.
By the way, Rich, and I didn't want to dare do it because he's our guy.
We'll take a look. His back pocket is what they're looking at. Braves seem to think he's got something back there that he may be going to. And he seems to be fine. So a crowd booing here. Braves.
3-2. Bouncing ball up the middle. A run's going to score. Anderson and they're looking for a few more pieces of the lumber.
Probably it's just rotten wood.
Yeah, we hope so.
Is if the bat is corked. Now, as far as we know, they have just the handle of the bat. They don't have the barrel of the bat. And Gressel.
Those are 6 and 9. Negro drops it in for a strike, 2-1. New York got beat. Cleveland 2, New York nothing. Tom Candiotti threw a one. Negro emptied his pockets. They kicked him out of the game. And they found the foreign substance coming out of his pocket, and
they're checking him all over. I've never seen him do a search like this, quite like this before.
And
he's out of there.
He's been kicked.
And you take a look here at what Sergio Romo was dealing with, and he was a little bit heated there after the performances. He's immediately thrown off the belt, the glove, the hat, everything.
Castillo over before the inning begins, and they don't like the bill of the cap.
No, I mean, the only thing that you can surmise is maybe something a little.
Checking the belt, checking the glove, checking the cap. Didn't like the cap. And a new one.
After the second. He was very good-natured about it.
Yep. He knows exactly what they're talking about, and they do it randomly. The umpires are going to do this randomly. Check the pitchers for any sticky substance. Many people ask, why don't you just do it before the
substances on their person? They have said that they're not going to delay play. They're going to inspect pitchers as they come off the mound between innings or at the end of their stints. So they check DeGrom's hat. They said they want to check his belt. He said, "Do you want me to take it off?" They said no. They
left. Lance Lynn in the dugout. You see, he threw his belt.
Yeah.
So we're just not quite sure what happened in the break.
Well, I'll do it. I'll speculate. And Lance Lynn's got issues with it.
Well, Lance Lynn is.
There it is. I don't know if that's a wedding band or some tape.
Looks like tape.
He took off that thing.
Now Shaw is saying, look.
I got to believe that is going to be it. They will wave bye-bye to Hector, bring in Sagua out of the bullpen, and he'll come in with the sacks for. Maybe there's something that can scrape the baseball and get extra movement, but it would appear that something was untoward in the glove of Hector Santiago, who can't believe it.
We have our first culprit.
The end of the inning, Eric Fetty walked over. Alfonso Marquez, Tim Timmons, they took a look at the glove. Tim Timmons looking at it. Now they want to look at the belt. Harper listening to Ryan Zimmerman and Max Scherzer about getting his hair checked.
In the middle of an inning?
Oh, anything to try to throw somebody off their game, and Davey rightfully coming out to protect his guy to see what's going on here. Max going to jump everything he wants to.
Mac drops his hat, and Carlos Torres is going to get mad at him. This is in the middle of an inning after you start all the way over to the Phillies dugout. But watch what he does when he gets into the Nationals dugout. Joe Girardi up to the top step to have his look over the other way. Girardi's hot. Get into it. It's my ball cap. I'm clean.
He's like, here, you can have it. You can check for yourself.
And here is what happened after the bottom of the first inning. Ray coming off the field. He's laughing. Everybody's laughing. And he hands his cap and his glove to Las Diaz. He flips over his belt buckle and tell a joke. Everybody giggles, everybody's friends, and off he goes.
It goes back to that same thing, Joe, is that they need to change this rule and get more specific.
Well, Buck is out there saying, hey, what's up?
Right.
What's up here?
I mean, I guess they could say, why do you have sunscreen on? That don't.
Oh, boy. Is he calling out his substance on Brian?
Bring it to the attention of the umpire.
It's going to be an awkward conversation.
It's been closed the whole game, but it's something the guys use to mix with rosin to help them.
The game. Brian Mattis.
Bill Cuzzy inspected it. Cuzzy is the third base umpire. Called the crew together. Got Tom Hallion over from first, and they're telling Torlavella what they. Any pitcher who possesses or applies foreign substance.
Love a glance at the hat.
And now this is for umpire CSI. The glove goes in a bag.
And the four umpires will gather on the infield. Oh, as you see something on Smith's is to help with their grip. But when it's that obvious, you can't let that slide.
And it's tacky.
Jim Joyce is going to check the right arm.
He's gone.
Yep. Will Smith with a foreign substance on his glove.
Now, everybody does it, but everybody hides it. This was the last time. And then, but Farrell is going out to check Pineda. And they're throwing him out of the game. Oh, it's against the rules. And you just had a major incident against
there for Dallas. Maybe the rosin bag was dead. I mean, that looks like it. So Carlos Torres is the home plate umpire. I'm not sure if Dallas Keuchel against the Cubs last week was very disappointed in himself and understood. And I would imagine he's raring to go, wants to go out. Now he's got to wait around a little bit longer.
What they're talking about. So the ball's wet.
He's got the bags out.
Pop foul. Dempsey comes back, runs out of room. Still 3-2. Joe West is the plate umpire. Now Lasorda wants to know what's going on. And so here's Wendelstedt, the crew chief.
No indication of any of those things today, though.
Not from where Davy Johnson was. Joe West is out there. He called in Harry Wendelstedt, and Joe is checking the string. And it seemed that Harry went in to look for moisture, picked up on that the other night, and we have just been told that the Mets knew on Wednesday night that Jay Howell had pine tar in his glove, and that's why they checked it today. They obviously have not told him.
As an umpire, you have to, number one, make a decision